All right, let us talk about Jurassic World, because Jurassic World from Universal and of course Emblem Entertainment, they've already talked about this for like months. We've been having this conversation, but now we have a release date of July 2nd, 2025, and on top of that, we have a title. It's called Jurassic World REBIRTH. Okay. 5 years after the last one. Not a bad title. You have Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, you have Mahershala Ali coming in here, and then we have the actual premise. We've been waiting to hear about what they're going to do. Are they going to have dinosaurs with machine guns, or are we going to do something different? That's been the question on our minds for a long time. That was a real, we told us all the time, there was a real conversation that went down, guys, a real conversation. But in Jurassic World REBIRTH, we see a team racing to secure DNA samples from the three most colossal creatures across the land, sea, and air 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion. Now the planet's ecology has proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs, and those remaining exist in isolated equatorial environments with climates resembling the one in which they once thrived in years ago, of course, in prehistoric times. And on top of that, the three most colossal creatures within the tropical biosphere hold the key to the drug that will bring a miraculous life-saving benefit to humankind. So the idea is they have to get this dino DNA to fucking fix humanity. That's the idea. Scarlett Johansson plays Zora Bennett, a skilled covert operations expert, Black Widow, contracted to lead a team of top secret mission to secure genetic material from the world's three most massive dinosaurs. She has her team operatives. There's a civilian family and a boating expedition that they capsize. They have to save, and when they save them, they get I guess, capsize on an isolated island with dinosaurs. Of course, if they find an island with dinosaurs, that's where it goes down to. And then also that we have Bailey, who's a paleontologist played by called Dr. Henry Loomis. We have Mahershala Ali playing Zora's most trusted team leader, Duncan Kincaid, and the story director of the story, the creator is of course coming forward, Gareth Edwards, to direct the whole premise. And it's a script by David Coep, who wrote the original Jurassic Park back in 1993. And so we have this premise. We have to go to an island. We get trapped on an island where we're trying to get dino DNA to save humanity. That's pretty much it. Scarlett Johansson is a covert operative. We have her team. They're going in. It's kind of like Jurassic Park 2 a little bit, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. You know, they had to go to the island is Isabel to get like the DNA.
Also written by David Koepp.
Also, right? And so you have that idea where you're going into another island. And on top of that, I think it's interesting. We don't have machine guns. I'm kind of upset about that. I want to see dinosaurs with machine guns. I wanted to see it. I'm sorry, guys. I still want to see it. But the idea is interesting. And it's 5 years later, and it's something to do where the dinosaurs are away from the world, and we have to go back to them to save humanity in a certain way. Okay. Let's go around the table right now. I'm interested in it. I think it's fascinating. I think we've gone through the casting multiple times. I know Glenn Powell was attached to this at one point, but he said that it's a great script, but it's not for me, which is never a good sign. He's like, I love 90s reboots movies. I don't like, reboots on upon reboots. I think that's his idea was. But Brandon, you hear about this. Okay. So Michael Crichton before, we're talking about Jurassic Park, we're talking about writing. Okay, if you're going to reboot a franchise like this for I guess this is the second time, is this the premise that makes sense to you? Well, I mean, yeah, we did it. This is the third adaptation of this. Is this what you do? Does this make sense to you? And does this entice you as a writer and make you like, this is where we should have gone?
Yes, absolutely. This is Jurassic Park 7, right? And, no matter what they want to call it, it's Jurassic Park 7, and I think the franchise needed a much needed return to form. And I think this is what we're finally getting, is a return to back to basics, like people in a jungle type setting with dinosaurs, and then there's like some family stuff going on too. And in a way, I feel like these last 3 movies, the trilogies, have kind of just convoluted with the hybrids and the like military wanting to use them and all that. It's just too convoluted. And then like I'm really happy that David Koepp is like pitched a script, and they were like immediately like, yes, let's fast track this, because he's a great writer, and he, like you said, he did the first 2 adaptations of Crichton. And I think that he's a great writer, and I'm very, very stoked to see this because it's back to form as far as I'm concerned. And here we go. let's do this again. And I mean, Scarlett Johansson, who doesn't love that?
Oh, fucking great. Do you think there's anybody that like the original cast might creep in here somehow?
I don't know. Probably not. I feel like they did the most they could in Dominion. They were like, yeah, we'll come back for these videos. But I mean, as much as I'd love to see Goldblum again, I'm the biggest Goldblum fan in the world.
Right.
Saw him play jazz piano.
I've seen that shit too. He's so good playing jazz piano.
He's amazing. But like, I would love to see him in there. But at the same time, I feel like what they're trying to do is kind of just be like you didn't see anything. These last 3 movies didn't count. So it's called Rebirth for a reason, right? They're trying to kind of get it going again, back to basics. Let's just scrub those last 3 and pretend this is the new sequel that you guys were all waiting for since 2001 when Jurassic Park 3 came out.
Which again, I wish that movie would have been better. It was okay. It was just too short for me. I'm like, you find Alan Grant coming back, and it's like hour 20.
That was a whole crazy thing. Have you heard about that? Like how they didn't have a finished script before they started shooting, and like how like there was like a whole thing where like this is like a big tentpole summer movie for Universal, and they didn't have a finished script before they started shooting, and they did have a finished script, and then Joe Johnston, the director, threw it out like a couple weeks before, so they were just kind of making stuff up on the fly. I think David Koepp actually came in to help pitch an idea for that one, for Jurassic Park 3, and they went off his pitch and then just kind of tried to figure out how to make a movie on the fly. It's a very weird story.
He's like, guys, I moved on from that. I moved on from that, so like, why are we doing this now? That's what he was saying.
Well, he came back for this. I mean, I read his book Cold Storage that came out a few years ago. That was cool, and I think that's getting turned into a movie. He's a great screenwriter. He did Spider-Man. Like, he's done all kinds of shit. Everyone loves him in Hollywood.
I mean, I love that, like, because they did go off the rails for a while without him, and so like bring him back. Like, he's the person that made it successful. Of course, Michael Crichton, of course, was the bare bones like idea of it all. But we all know, like, when it comes down to, you can write a book, but usually it doesn't happen like where you're writing the screenplay. Like, it does happen once in a while, but a lot of times a team comes in, this, and it's like, well, that those people take over the franchise, and you might have a say in like certain story elemental moments, but beyond that, it comes down to the writing team.
And I mean, David Koepp was the one who came up with the idea that in the first one that Alan Grant could go through this arc of like not liking kids to liking kids by the end.
I love that.
And it like that was not in the books at all. Like there's just I think he did a lot with the adaptation of the first book that was pure Hollywood cinema, and I think that's good that they're bringing that guy back to do this one. And yeah, like I said, Scarlett Johansson, she's the best, and she's gonna nail it. She's gonna nail it.
You can't go wrong with Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. You can't. I think she's done a lot, and I think what she brings to the table is pretty great. And I know that
Edwards too. He did. I loved the 2014 Godzilla. Yes.
Yeah.
I know Bryan Cranston wasn't in it long enough. We all know that. But like,
and the creator.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was all right.
It was all right. But I think that he's done a lot of great stuff, and I think it's different. It's futuristic. We're getting to a different direction for the franchise. That's always fun. I think that's a smart thing. And you're saying, like, yeah, the Godzilla, of course, is a great movie. And I think the first one was really set the pace for what they were doing with that. But beyond that, like, they kind of drop the ball sometimes here and there, but I still love those movies. They're fucking great. Again, giant monsters fighting people, fighting monsters, and there's people like, oh god, running away. It always works. It always works for me. There's no hate for that shit. Ron, you hear this premise though, right? Do you think that this? Okay, we've had this conversation before about Jurassic World being rebooted again. When we first heard the news it feels like years ago, but it wasn't years ago. It was like months ago. Does this premise like enthrall you a little bit to be like, yes, we're going the right direction, or are you being like, Universal, stop the cash grab? Ron's yawning.
Yeah, not so interested. I don't, they're just regurgitating. I don't understand it on this one.
Is there anything here, I mean, in the cast, the creators, anything that might make you have some more faith in the project?
No. I mean, I lost faith after like the first two. It just wasn't doing it for me anymore. I loved the first one with Laura Dern. I loved that.
Oh, yeah.
But then after like the first two, it wasn't. It just didn't. And I didn't see the one with Nick in it. No. Mm-mm.
Oh, you didn't see Jurassic World?
No, I did not. I wanted to see him, but I didn't go.
Ron, you should go back and watch that.
Okay.
You should go back and watch that. I don't want to be like
the first world, right? The Jurassic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. It was like the best of the trilogy, the recent.
Okay.
It was really the best. And,
How was Nick?
It was Nick, and we're saying Nick because we know Nick, who played like one of the kids on there. We worked with him on Melissa and Joey, and then we remember like we're working on the program, and he got that job, and then he had to leave for a little bit, and they're working around, and then I was so excited about it because like Nick is a great guy, and he was only in the first one, which was very unfortunate because he didn't die or any shit. They just didn't bring him back after that one, and Nick did a great job in the first one. He's the older brother in there, the first one.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah, I think that's a big thing with Jurassic movies is you have to get kids that aren't annoying, and I feel like sometimes they hit that mark and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, that's what it comes. That you're right. I just think that Nick had a good moment there, Ron. I mean, honestly, when it goes back to you watch the second, third one, and then Jurassic World, which is like the fourth one, I guess, technically, it kind of takes you back to the first one in a lot of ways. You see a lot of the Jeeps and the old building, and they go back to the original island. They had rebuilt the original island. It's very interesting. I mean, where they end with it, I'm like, okay, we're setting up for something we don't actually ever accomplish in the next two movies, which is very unfortunate to me. I mean, Brandon, you know what I'm talking about. They set up to be like, we're calling it Jurassic World, right? At that point, the dinosaurs should be everywhere. I've been having a few drinks. Round of applause for having drinks. They should be everywhere. I wanted Jurassic World where they're everywhere, where you can't go down to fucking Chick-fil-A or like Carl's Jr. or Wendy's without a velociraptor trying to scratch your car up when you're trying to get a fucking bacon cheeseburger. That's what I wanted to see. We didn't get that. And that's what they should have gone with.
We also didn't get Dilophosaurus in those first two, which was annoying. The spitters.
Yeah, until the third one. And that was a cheap sell at the end. It was a cheap sell in the last one.
I agree.
You kill the asshole again with the Dilophosaurus. You kill the asshole again. You kill Newman, but not Newman. He's pretty much Newman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Newman.
He's like pretty much Newman. And it's like I just don't see why they did it that way. But they did. They did.
We call that a repeat beat in writing.
A repeat beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did the same beat twice. They killed the same type of guy with the same dinosaur.
Oh, all right.
I mean, that makes sense to me. But that's something that's an easy sell though for a lot of writers, probably though too, right? And it's like, okay, we can.
It was a nostalgia choice for the fans.
We see how this is gonna like cause people to be excited about it. Kids never get eaten. They don't, Queen. Do you want to see kids get eaten in these movies? Is that what you want to see, Queen? Like, fuck. I get it, Queen. You've been here for the longest time. I get it. Kids never get eaten, Maybe they should. These reboots are ass, the God King says. Welcome to the show, God King.
Hey, God King. You know what? It did kind of jump the shark when the kid killed the velociraptor with the gymnastics in the second one.
Oh, I know. They went downhill the second one. And the third one, I was really hoping, but they tried to like recreate the magic of the first one again with the third one, the first original one. And I just like, I love Jeff Goldblum. He's so good. He's such a good fucking human being too. He's such a nice human being. And Ellen is great too. And Laura Dern, they're all great people, but it's just like, I feel like they just didn't have the story behind it. Thirsty Daddy, you hear about this, all right, man? So Jurassic World reboot, remake, redone is moving forward. Do you like this idea of this special ops team going in to get this dino DNA? Oh, shit, we lost Thirsty Daddy one more time. I think that's just...
fuck this. I hate it.
Dillagaff! The motherfucker Dillagaff! Yeah, sorry, Thirsty Daddy. It's not working out too well for you tonight. Refresh. And something weird's going on with GR's microphone tonight. I'm just going back to Brandon with this. This is actually fun. More fun than that. So we love that shit on the Dino DNA.
Yeah.
But I just think they could do a lot with this, and I'm excited about it. But I think that people are fucking gun shy, Brandon.
There's a thing of I think what's cool about what you just talked about, the synopsis, is kind of, like I was saying, return to form. It's like the theming of the hubris of capitalism and like the big pharma company trying to be like, oh, we got to get this drug out of. And I like that there's a science slant. It's very Crichton-y. I think that's a true return to form. It's about kind of the dark nature of capitalism and that kind of thing. But also people getting eaten by dinosaurs.
Which they're all going to be eaten by dinosaurs. Like Scarlett Johansson's not going to eat by a dinosaur. Mahershala Ali's probably going to kill a bunch of dinosaurs. But I see this cast though too. I'm like, where's the Jeff Goldblum? We need a Jeff Goldblum in everything. You know what I mean? And I don't see a Jeff Goldblum in this cast.
Ideological conspiracy.
All right, Thirsty Daddy is back. GR, how do you feel about this? Are you excited?
Hell no. As I said, the dinosaurs, I love this show, but this I'll pass on. And Jesus Christ.
Are you talking about not the mama?
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I did. I breathed wrong, I think, on this show tonight.
Yeah, something weird happened.
Six reboots is a bit much.
Well, I mean, it's not really 6 reboots, GR. It's more like we got 2 franchises. This is our 3rd franchise,
Okay, well, I'll pass on this one. I mean, the concept is great, but it's like 4 too many, at least, maybe 5.
I'm excited about this, GR. I mean, I get it, but I feel like I'm not easy. I am not fucking easy. I'm excited about this. I think that what we're doing here is we're trying to change the direction of the franchise. And I get that I get Ron's hesitation, GR's hesitation. I get it. I totally get it. But I think what we're trying to do is like make
you and Brandon are just easy. That's all there is to it.
No, we're not easy.
We're cautiously optimistic. It's it's a fool me 6 times situation.
Excuse me.
Tim, I don't know what's going on in your personal life, but Tim says Ron equals rise in ratings and in my pants. So I don't know what's going on in Ron's personal. Ron, I don't know what's going on in Tim's personal life, but
okay.
That's out there.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
You're slipping, Ron.
I don't know. I think the God King is very excited tonight.
I love him.
Yes. And Queen says there was one called Dinosaurs about alien dinosaurs who were fighting with each other on Earth. Aliens, bring aliens into it. I wanted machine gun dinosaurs, but I'll take this.
The problem with that, Brian, the T-Rex's arms are too short to handle a good machine gun.
You're right, GR. That's why they will never win. They won't win. Unfortunately, they'll be killed off first. The biggest person sometimes be killed off first.
Science.
I just wanted to see. This. I'm excited to see where they go with this. Charles Johansson, great casting. Mahershala Ali, fucking dominating things these days. I just don't see the comedy. Even Bailey, I don't see the comedy. I need somebody that's gonna be funny. You had Vince Vaughn in the second one. You know what I mean? You had Vince Vaughn in that shit. Think about that. No one thinks about that shit. Vince Vaughn in the second one. The third one, you missed everything. You missed the comedy. Didn't work out. And then they had Jurassic World. There was really no comedy. I mean, there really wasn't. The third, fourth, and fifth. Let's get back to some comedy. Let's bring that back around. Let's figure it out, and then let's find a way to make dinosaurs like relevant again. That's all I can say. Brandon, you gonna go with theaters day one for this?
Oh yeah, man, Chinese theater. I've literally gone to the opening since I moved here in 2015, or 2013. I've been to all the Jurassic openings at the Chinese theater.
Oh yeah.
So Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion. So this will be the fourth one for me to go to the Chinese theater. I love the franchise. I know it's silly. Everyone has their franchise. Some people are Harry Potter heads. Some people are into Lord of the Rings. My franchise is Jurassic Park, or I'm a Parker, as we like to be called.
Hell yeah, I'm a Parker too, man. One of my favorite things in the world is freaking dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs.
That's a cool image right there. Like that guy's about to get killed. Like that's awesome.
Mahershala Ali.
That's a callback to the first one with the flare and everything. I love it.
Yeah. They released only a couple images. This is like the one with Mahershala Ali. And they released this one right here. Let me pull this up right now. Again, the initial one was Scarlett Johansson and Bailey here. They showed this one. They only released a few different images out. So we're still waiting for more. The trailer will probably drop before you know it. This is coming. Jurassic World Rebirth is happening, everybody. Get ready for it. And we'll talk about it as it continues forward. But I know I'm excited. And I know Brandon's excited. And GR and Ron will get on board.
Absolutely.
They'll get on board.
Right. We're going to take you guys there. We're going to drag you guys to the theater.
We're going to go. We're going to go, right? We're all going to go.
Absolutely.
If you're paying for the ticket, I don't care.
Sure. Yeah, the Chinese theater. How much is that now? Like $40?
Cruise Control's got it. All of our big money we've been making these for the past year and a half.
Nice.
We got it.
Yeah, great.
Thanks,
That big movie you're making.
Pepe's got to come too.
Pepe's got to come too. Pepe, would you come, man? Pepe, are you excited about this? Do you want to see this?
I'd pee on this if I could.
Damn, Pepe.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.